All right, we have some emergency reviews, you guys. Yes, that's a little bit dramatic, but I also feel like I really need to get some reviews to you guys about some of this stuff. I feel like this is a variety of reviews. Some of the stuff I've really been testing, know my thoughts. Some's kind of in the middle, some will be first impressions, but with the Sephora sale coming up, and not only that, even if you're not shopping the Sephora sale, there's tons of like friends and family sales and just like spring/summer sales going on, and also just like new products, like if they're on your radar, kind of want to let you know, maybe you should skip them, especially because I have some stuff here. Okay, we have the Refy mascara. You know the one. This one, okay? This thing. We'll talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. I have skin stuff from Supergoop, from Dior, the Hue drops. You guys know I was awaiting this. I was gonna say patiently awaiting this, but I was actually a little impatient. I was so excited for these. And tons of other stuff, and I thought we could just get ready. I could give you where my review is at the moment, let you guys know what I'm thinking, what I'm loving, what I'm not. And I feel like there's definitely some, I don't know if duds, well, some of them are definitely duds, but other things are just kind of like not what I expected. So we're gonna start with the Hue drops because that's like the first step. And if you guys didn't know, these are tinted. They're like a bronzy color, and when you pump this out, it looks like kind of intimidating, like whoa whoa whoa, but it really does sheer out nicely, I promise. And this is like kind of the same formula as the, you know, watermelon dewdrops. It's supposed to be, but again, it's like their bronzy kind of version. It's, I think, supposed to be kind of competing with the Drunk Elephant bronzy drops, de bronzy. I don't even know, I've never tried those, so I feel like that's what it is. And I was excited because in summertime, sometimes my face really is like a different color than the rest of my body. But as you can tell, the bronze from this is very, 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 very subtle, okay? It's really just like a lot of shimmer, and I don't know if it gives quite the same glow. Let me get some hair clips so I can paste my little two bangs back. I really don't feel like this gives me much of a tint at all. So for me, I just don't see the reason to do this. Like, this gives me the dew. I am a stan of the dewdrops, okay? You guys know I've been through bottle after bottle of this. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. It's such a good moisturizer for me, whether I'm pairing it like as a serum with another moisturizer, or sometimes in the summer, this is like the main moisturizer I use because I don't need something too heavy. But even with the dew that it gives, it doesn't make me more oily. I just love it, and I kind of love that it's not shimmery. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate that this has shimmer in it necessarily, but for that bronzy moment, I don't feel like it does it. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan. Also, I feel like it's kind of confusing because this doesn't have SPF in it or anything, but I would normally put something like this under SPF. So I just think stick with the regular dewdrops, to be honest. And I was excited. You guys know I was so excited for this, but I really feel like the pigment goes away. You're just left with something kind of shimmery. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it feels nice. Don't get me wrong, but I just would stick with this. Like, this is perfect. All right, with that, I'm going to use this new Ilia stick foundation, and I've used this one quite a few times. I have mine in the shade 4N Holly, and I've actually really been loving this, and I've really been loving not using a primer, which is kind of, you know, like, what? Who are you? What's going on? But I don't know. I just have been wanting the least amount of stuff on my skin, to be honest. I just feel like if I put too much stuff on, which I know you're probably like, bitch, you're putting too much stuff on right now. What are you talking about? But I really feel like this stick foundation, I've been liking. It's kind of dry, like it goes on, it glides on fine, but it doesn't do that melty thing. You know how stick foundations, you'll put them on and then they start just like melting away with the warmth of your skin? This one doesn't quite do that. You do still have to like put effort in to blend it out. And I feel like it kind of works for me. And with a brush, I feel like I get a really great finish on it. I don't think it's going to be for everyone necessarily. And I will say, I thought this was almost going to be more moisturizing when I bought this. Like, thinking of Ilia and just who I feel like they're making products for, I think I always think those aren't for me. Like, I want to be that girl, but like my skin type isn't that girl, you know what I mean? I like the coverage it gives. It's pretty light coverage overall, I would say, but I feel like it's just enough, and it takes me a little bit of time, but I don't mind spending that because I do feel like the finish looks really good with the brush. So far I'm pretty dang happy with that stick foundation, which I was not expecting. I like picked it up because I was like, okay, this is new. I don't feel like I'm necessarily, I was gonna say satisfied with like a foundation routine. I definitely have some things I like, but I've been switching it up. Like, I just feel like my skin each and every day is just like, here's a new problem to solve. Good luck. I know you had an equation that worked yesterday, but today, no. Like, today, no, it doesn't work. I'm gonna zoom you in on this because I am just shocked every time. Usually, I mean, you know, I still have texture, I still have skin, and I have pores and all that, but like, it doesn't get into the pore. I don't know, I'm telling you, I just don't necessarily have these results with other things. I think it looks really fresh, and like my skin has a dew to it, but it's not like dewy sticky, you know what I mean? I don't know. I really, really like it, and it's been working for me so, so well. While we're here though, I want to talk about this Dior Forever Glow Star Filter. I'm not trying this on today, but I do have application clips, and I will say this is definitely more on first impressions, but if you like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, I feel like that this is that. Like, I feel like it's so similar to me. They're like the same product. If that product makes you look really glowy and beautiful, I think you're gonna love this. If you feel like that product like shows your pores or whatever, this probably is gonna look like that too on you. Like whatever you think about the Charlotte Hollywood Flawless Filter, that's what I'm getting honestly from this. Like putting it on, I was like, it feels exact in my recollection. So if you have that, I don't think you need this. If you were like looking to try this and you wanted something that was like the same thing, this could be an option. I don't hate it, but we've seen this, like, you know, e.l.f. has a dupe, everyone has a dupe. This has been around, and Dior just finally got around to also like giving us their version. I mean, I do think it looks pretty. I can get a little bit of heaviness around my pores, but I also feel like I get that with the Charlotte Tilbury. So if you feel like you need to, then get it. If you don't have that one, again, might be nice. But if you have the Charlotte Tilbury, I'm telling you, wait till that one's out. Or maybe if you don't like that packaging, because this is just a pump and that one is that doe foot. So this is kind of nice that it's in a bit more sanitary packaging if that's something you don't like. But there's something really easy about the wand also. So those are some quick thoughts on that pretty product. Let me know. I'm gonna do a whole sale guide video that is coming, but if you want to see the highlighter that has like the doe foot from them, if you want to see me try that out, let me know, because I was like thinking about getting that, but I ended up just picking up the Star Filter, but I kind of want to try one of those highlighters. Anyway, while I'm sitting here kind of pale and ghostly, I'm gonna also talk about the Supergoop. I just think it's easier to talk about them like in face order. I was pretty excited for this Supergoop, and I know that's because I love the glow screen so much. I really, really loved that last summer. That was like the first time I ever tried it, and I just felt like it gave me glow, it gave me a little bit of coverage, obviously it gave me sun coverage and protection, and especially because I do a lot of walking and just like outside activities, especially in the summer, and I just feel like it gives you that healthy, radiant glow, no makeup look. Like it just looks so good, and so I love that. I always feel so cute in it while I'm getting my sweat on, and so I was excited to see that they were coming out with a skin tint. This is the Protec Tint Daily SPF. It's SPF 50. I picked up the shade 14N. I was swatching these in store, and I felt like this was the best one. I feel like these are quite neutral shades. Like for how bronzy I feel like the glow screens go, I was kind of surprised that these ones were more like, I guess, neutral. I didn't feel like a ton of them were super warm, at least like in the lighter shades that I was looking at. So obviously I picked this up, and I was initially kind of shocked. It was like kind of greasy, I guess, kind of like the glow screen in terms of texture. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna like this. I put it on, it definitely gave a bit of a glow. I was like, oh, it's kind of greasy. It's reminding me of the KUSH one. Like, I don't know if I can do this. The tint on it's pretty light overall, but then I feel like it does get to this state after you put it on, give it 10 minutes or so, and it really does kind of dry down. It really does. And then it's kind of this powdered, kind of matte finish on its own. And I really loved that about it. I feel like it does look good on my skin. I tend to use a lot of this because I'm wanting the actual SPF coverage of it. So I kind of put it all on, use my fingers, really get it on my skin, but it gives me a nice tint. The thing with this is this doesn't have the shimmer. So if you feel like the glow screen is just like too glow, you're like, I'm a metallic tin man, a bronze statue, I can't do it. I get it. So this might be a good option for you because it doesn't have any of those shimmery particles to it. It's not like a sunscreen version of this, you know what I mean? This is like a regular skin tint. So I think it's for who it's for. I think I still personally prefer the glow screen because I would rather have the glow, and I basically use these products the same, so I just don't think I need both. I think I would always choose the other one. So for me, like when I put this on, I was like, what's the point? This is the same thing, but I was like, oh yeah, no glow. So if you didn't like the glow and you wanted to try this, I think it could work out, but it does have a similar feel to glow screen. It does have a little bit, I think, of a heavier kind of oily feel, but it dries down. It looks really nice on my skin overall after it does that. And for light coverage days when I just want to add a little concealer, I think it's nice. So those are my thoughts on the Protec Tint. I don't think it's for everyone, but again, if you feel like that fits your lifestyle, it could be something. Let me add some concealer. I'm just going to use the Tower 28. This one's been one of my favorites lately. I'm going to keep my look overall pretty light today. But I also find the Ilia stick foundation to be layerable. So like if I want a little extra coverage somewhere, I can also use that where I need it. But I'm still questioning like how long that stick is gonna like match me, because I already feel myself on the verge of it being a little light. Oh my gosh, can I just say, I put on a new set of fingernails today. These are so cute. They're like little strawberry ones. And I just want to say, if you're gluing on your nails, just remember guys to glue them on straight or you're gonna end up with this. Look at this, my wonky little middle finger. It's like it's just off to the side, and now it's too late. It's like stuck on there. I want to use a bronzer. This one, ow, my nails. This one actually isn't available at Sephora, but it is a new product from R.E.M, R.E.M Beauty from Ariana Grande. Can't get it open. Impossible. Okay, here we go. This is what it looks like. Very yellowy looking. This is Send to Voicemail. It's a satin matte bronzer. Although it says satin matte, I thought for some reason it had a little bit of shine to it. So the satin part, hopefully, of that matte. But I am gonna give it a try today. This is my first time. I obviously just opened it, so let's hope it looks good. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty good. I feel like it's going on nice and like buildable, which is nice. I love me a bronzer. You probably know. You guys probably know, and I love a little shimmer bronzer, so I'm excited to see that that's almost like a trend. Like I feel like I've seen a couple of different bronzers with that little bit of shimmer in them, and I'm like, thank you. I really like the color on this. I was getting a little nervous. Oh, is it kind of crazy or does it look good? I thought I did. I guess I'll see when I'm editing it if I'm like, what girl? What are you talking about? That's why I really love just like having a lot of time to test products, so that way I can do it in my normal lighting, my normal stuff, and let you know how it's really wearing, how I'm really wearing it. Because, you know, here sitting with all the lights and all this stuff, I mean, I really try to get things like true to life as much as possible, but I feel like even just how I apply things can sometimes come across a little different. The intensities are different. Like I can go more intense on camera and it not look as intense, whereas in real life it might look way more intense. Just little things like that really do change, and it's just a different experience. I'm telling you, when I'm doing my makeup and vibing, not that I'm not vibing here with you guys, but you know what I mean, it's just, it's different. So I like having both those experiences, and for sure a lot of the real life ones, because it's like that's what matters, like, you know. All right, first impressions. I think I like the color. Hopefully it's not too yellow, but I feel like it might look nice as I it's so hard. The magnet on it is pretty strong, so I feel like I have to kind of pry this compact apart. But I feel like it blended out nice. Like I'm excited for that. I'm excited to keep testing it. All right, I'm gonna set my makeup a little bit with this Givenchy powder, which I've been using quite a bit. I really feel like it helps with the pores. I wish I wasn't super oily, to be honest, because I love the look of just like a nice foundation on skin that isn't too oily. Like I just love that look, and sometimes powder isn't it, but the powdery look for me only lasts a little bit, and then it goes to kind of what I'm actually wanting. And I feel like the longevity that a little powder gives me, and also the smoothness, like the smoothing properties, is so worth it. Like I really do feel blurred. I really do. All right, I'm gonna get some eyebrows on this face so you can like see my emotions, because right now they're kind of that blonde invisible brow. The real reason this is like an emergency reviews is because I am gonna be going out of town, and I know I have my like sale guide going up, but these products weren't gonna be included in that because I feel like I haven't tested them, and so I wanted to be able to at least give you some information on them, some swatches, something, again, before the sale. And I know with like my schedule and everything that it wouldn't be possible any other time. So I genuinely hope any of this is helpful if these were some of the products you're looking at, which I'm sitting here realizing I did not talk about this one from Danessa Myricks. This I've tried a couple of times. It's the Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. Leave it up to Danessa Myricks to come out with like the most innovative products. I feel like that is her MO, and this is no exception. This is like a cloudy water. You put it on, and you know, after a little bit of time, it really does mattify your skin. It leaves you a really nice matte look. You're not supposed to shake it. And then on the bottom here, it's almost this kind of like, I don't know, rubbery thing that you can like drip product on. So watch. Do you see? And I'm definitely still getting my thoughts on this. I think it does what it's supposed to do though. Like it does give you a mattified look. So when I'm putting things on, my skin is more matte, even if it feels initially a little more like on the moisturizing side, since it's like a water. So I like that about this. I'm really excited to keep testing this though for summer. So if you're interested in this, if you're an oily girl, maybe it's something to look into, but it's definitely one of those ones because it's so unique. I need to keep trying, and I'm hoping, since I'm really not doing a ton of primers, that I can work that into my routine. But so far, I really think this could work so well for someone who maybe doesn't use a ton of makeup. Like maybe you just are like, I get so oily, I want something that just mattifies my face, but I don't really want powder, I don't really want other products. This could be really great. I could see myself using this for like men's grooming when I would do makeup. This would definitely like leave a mattified look on this skin, which is sometimes nice because the lights reflect. So I definitely see some use for that so far, but I want to keep testing it to see how it works for me personally, but I wanted to at least give you something on it. All right, let's move on to blush. I have one of the LYS. This is the blush stick, but it's like a highlighting blush stick. This is the color Curvy. You know, when these launched, I was like, I don't know. And then I was in store and I was swatching them, and this is the color. Look at this. This is summer. This is summer to me. It's like that bronzy, sunburn, kind of ruddy look. So I like to wear this best. I've worn this quite a few times now. I first put it just on the back of my hand because these are pigmented, okay? Like I can't just swipe it on, no way. Like it just would be too much. So I like to put on the back of my hand. I'm using the BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy. This is the travel size, but the A507 brush is my favorite for cream blush, and I think it just works so well. This does have like a shimmer to it. It's like a highlighting blush, and it definitely has that sheen to it, but I find it just adds to that kind of like summer vacation kind of glow. And I really feel like it almost gives you where you don't need to add a highlighter if you don't want to. You know, I love highlighter, but I've been enjoying this without a highlighter. I know. Who would have freaking thought ever in my life? I don't know, not me. But I think it's so pretty, and I don't necessarily think like for how glowy the kind of pearlized pigments are in here, I was nervous that it would like, I don't know, be a little more unforgiving, I guess, when it came to my texture, but I really feel like it still looks great. I don't know. I've really enjoyed it. I feel like LYS has some really great, more affordable products at Sephora. And if there's a color from this line that you like, they're a little bit more, I feel like, saturated and bright, which is so pretty again for summer. I think they might be a nice one, especially if you like that glow. So pretty. Just if you're worried about pigmentation, just put it on the back of your hand and go from there. And I feel like it's way more controllable and you can kind of build up however you want. The other blush I did pick up, I didn't know if I would, but from Haus Labs, this is the relaunch, I guess, of these blushes. This is the Watermelon Bliss. They did different packaging on it, which I actually really like because this is the original launch of these. These came out last summer or maybe spring, but around this time. And I love that this is colorful so you can like see what the blush color is. I just think, you know, obviously I have a lot of makeup, so the more visual to me, the better. But as you can also see, this is way smaller, and I want to say they're a pretty similar price point. I don't think this necessarily went down in price, which is kind of a harsh blow. Just, you know, right after these launched, these hadn't been out that long. This has 11 grams of product in it. This has 5, so it has less than half the amount of product. But I also feel like at the same time, as much as that can be like, ooh, what the heck? I don't know how much blush you actually need. Like, are you actually gonna go through the 5 grams? I don't know, maybe, but I have a lot of blushes, so I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up, but it always kind of stings a little. Anyway, Watermelon Bliss is a fun red color. I really wanted to try this out because I have enjoyed red blushes, and I think this one's pretty for how colorful it is. I feel like this formula is nice and buildable. It is a matte formula, and I find this matte formula to be pretty blurring also, so if that's something you're interested in, so no shimmer, anything like that. But if you're looking for a cherry blush, like if you're interested in this color, I would say that I still prefer the Dior, not this one, let me get the actual cherry one. I do think I prefer the Dior cherry blush, and it's because this color, how can I do this? Here we go, let me get my life together. But the Watermelon Bliss, I feel like turns a little bit more pinky on my cheeks, whereas I feel like I get a little bit more warmth, almost like an oranginess, still red, but it doesn't go pink on me, and I think I prefer that over that slightly more pink tone, but maybe you want more of a pink tone instead. I feel like these are very, very comparable otherwise, you know what I'm saying? But that tiny bit really does show up on my cheeks. I'll try to show you a little bit of a swatch. So that is the Dior one, and then under it you can see, even just in the swatch, like this one turns almost more orangey red, and this one has more of that pink undertone. So I definitely prefer color-wise this one, but I do think this formula is really nice if this seems like it'll work for you. All right, we're finally on to eyes, and I am so excited. No shadow stick today because I'm using the new Danessa Myricks palette. This was actually PR. It's the only PR here. I actually went to an event that this was in the goodie bag because Danessa Myricks talked at the event. She is just so amazing. I was so excited to be able to hear her. I love her. Anyway, can I get this off? It's so hard. You would think nails are like more precise, but they are more difficult, or at least that's what I thought initially. Anyway, this is the Groundwork Blooming Romance palette, and as she does, this is kind of more of an innovative idea. It has cream and powder in here. She came out with the Groundwork palette, like the first one, and it was more neutrals, but this one has more of those rosy tones to it. So I'm excited to do something with this. And I just brought a single shadow out so I could add a little shimmer, because you know I like a little shimmer, and this one's from Half Magic. It's like a duochrome, so that's what's gonna go on the eyes. I'm gonna zoom you in just a little bit. Prime with a normal primer. I really like the Alter Ego one, so I'm opening a new one just to give the creams the best chance. This is the first time I'll be using the Danessa Myricks palette, so definitely first impressions on it, but I'm really excited to see how it works, because I've loved the Lightwork palette, and I feel like this is going to pair so nice with it because of the matte colors. So I think the powder is the small pan. Yeah, the powders are the small pan, and the bigger pan are the creams, but they're almost like a cream to powder. So I think I'm going to go in first with this just to build up some of a transition, and I'm going to lay that down on my whole lid, just really buff it all on. A fluffy brush maybe isn't the best way. I probably should have used something a little more dense since it's a cream, but we'll just play around and see how it goes. Yeah, definitely a dense brush. I'm gonna use this domed brush. This is from What's Up Beauty, the R109. That definitely picks it up a little nicer. But these powders are supposed to be able to be used anywhere. Like, all her products are multi-purpose, so on the cheeks, on the eyes, on the lips, like however you want to do it. It's definitely pro artistry focused, I feel like, but in an approachable way that anyone could use even if you're not a pro. I'm going in with the powder shadow that matches that one, just to kind of blend out the edges. And then I think I'm gonna go into this like burgundy color. I don't know if this is gonna match my blush really, but I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna start just building that up at the base of my lashes on my outer corner, just a tiny bit. I'm still gonna do an overall pretty light look. I've just really been enjoying that lately. I feel like as much as I love a shimmery eyeshadow and eyeshadow in general, I've been way more focused on like my skin and blush and those types of things, and leaving my eyes a little more fresh, a little bit more naked, I guess. I've really quite loved. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna put a little bit of that single eyeshadow on, tap that over. It's hard with these claws, man. These things are long. Now that I have that shadow down, I'm gonna go into the black, or like the darkest shade in here, the cream, and I'm using a like smudger kind of brush. This is the 204 from BK Beauty, and I'm really just smudging that on my lash line and creating a bit of a wing, just a little. We'll refine it with the powder once I get my lashes on, but this just kind of adds a tiny bit of a smoky shadow. Now to show you this Refy mascara. This is the Lash Sculpt mascara, and look at this thing. This has a hook on it, okay? Let's hope I don't poke my eye out like I did the first time. You know, the shape on this is just pretty intense, so I'm gonna do this. Let me get it on one eye so we can like talk while you can like see what it looks like. But all right, we have one eye done. This is the best I can do for one coat, and I feel like I do like it best at one coat. I'm torn because I don't hate this. I kind of like this look. It almost looks like a natural lash extension kind of look on me. I feel like I do feel like it adds the length. It's not necessarily super volumizing. It's not super dark, and it almost looks like it's just tinting really long lashes. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for, you know, innovation, but this doesn't work for my eye, and I think it just might be maybe my eye shape. The curve on that gets pretty intense at the end, you guys, and my eye is a little bit more of like almond. It's not round, and so I just feel like this tip, the risk of getting it in my eyes is so high, on top of like there really aren't that many bristles in here on the inside, and so it's just hard for it to get every single lash. Like when I'm getting the outside lashes with the longer bristles, I'm not getting them necessarily on the inside. I would love to know if you've tried this. Like, are you making it work? How is it working for you? I could see this maybe being something for, again, if you have more rounded, like a rounded eye shape, maybe that's the secret. I don't know. I do not know, but it's just, this shape is just dangerous. Gosh, like I'm really risking so much because I'm not gonna just graze my eye. This is going in, like it really will. The other side just has nothing on it, and I don't even necessarily mind that. I'm glad it's not super goopy on the other end. They've done a good job of like really controlling the amount of product that gets on the wand itself, but I don't know, man. If you make this work for you and you're like, no, it's my favorite, it's absolutely like amazing, innovative, visionary, tell me how you use it, tell me how you make it work. work. It looks fine, but I definitely don't suggest. It's a tough one, and also it's kind of tough to get off. Like, I've had a little more difficulty getting it off. I mean, maybe I'm just used to the tubing mascara from Cali Ray, which is just pretty easy to get off, so it could be a little bit of that, but still. I was really hoping that one would be like weird but good, and I just don't know if I can say that. I mean, I know I can't. I don't like that product. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more of a wing. I'm gonna try using that cream and a more defined brush, the 208 from BK Beauty. The thing I'm not sure about these creams is that I don't know if they're just gonna like set down since they're just in this open palette. I'm assuming they're more like a workable, I know they kind of dry down to a bit of a powder, but I think they might be best kind of topped over if you want like super longevity on them. I feel like if you're someone who's like, I just want products that help me create looks, Danessa Myricks line in general is for you, I feel like, but I do think this kind of falls more in line with that. So I'm excited to explore it more. I feel like this is for who it's for. Like, if you think you're gonna love this, you like the idea of creams and powders, you like these colors, you want this kind of artistry addition to your collection, it might be something. But if all that doesn't sound good to you, probably not the product for you. All right, I know we're looking pretty simple here, but let's finish it off with some lips because disaster left and right. Disaster left and right. Okay, I was convinced by you guys to get the Hourglass. This is the Phantom plumping thing. I got the shade Sense, and I know everyone loves these, and I don't know if it's the color, okay? The color is a little bit light and peachy, so maybe that's it, but I'm telling you, I did not find this flattering on my lips, okay? I get it on. I know these goopy lip products are all the rage. The feel is fine, the texture is fine, but the coverage and the way it looks, I just feel like it's melted vinyl on my lips. Like, I don't love that. I think the pigmentation is too high for the shine, for the gloop factor for me. And again, it could be this lighter color. And as much as I'm saying it's high pigment, I feel like I can still see breakthroughs in my lips on this color. Like, okay, let me go the right way. I don't know if you can see it, if it's like making sense what I'm talking about. I know the shine is pretty, again, the feel is nice and it's kind of minty and kind of cooling, but I feel like I can see that inner ring, like not the white one yet, but it will get there. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Is there a color? Is it the wrong color? I don't know. I don't know about this one. I have some really great lip products I'm gonna be talking about in my next video, so stay tuned for that because this is like so much money. This lip balm is $36. Packaging is beautiful. Again, maybe a color that's not lighter. I think that light peach is just not doing me any favors or my lip lines any favors, but I mean, you can't tell me that's cute. It's not cute. The way it looks on the barrier, guys, I know I look ridiculous right now. No. I don't know, maybe this color just isn't for me. It's just not the one. It's really not the one. Highly don't recommend. It's just not. I don't know. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I feel like everyone likes them and I don't like it. And I was like fully expecting to be like, oh man, I should have bought this sooner. No, I don't think so. Okay, kind of continuing on in the same vein, I decided to pick up some of the Huda Beauty faux filler lip products. These are pretty affordable. They're $19. You know, for Sephora, that's pretty good. I got the shade Sugar Baby. Look at that. Okay. And then I also got the shade Foxy. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. I swatched these in store and I was like, okay, maybe I'll give them a try. They have like a pretty unique doe foot. It's almost like a wedge. Here is Foxy. And then Sugar Baby's that kind of like milky pink. I just thought, okay, yeah, like that's so pretty. I don't know. I've just been into that or like the idea of it. Tell me why. I put this on, immediately started getting like, it started coming off in white little like chunks almost, and it's just the same issue. Like, I'm having the same issue with these as I'm having with that Hourglass. It's like the pigmentation, I want a little bit more. I get it, it's a little bit more, but it somehow is just not working. And I know a milky gloss can be hard to pull off. It can be hard to pull off, okay? This just isn't the one either. Okay, immediately, I haven't talked or anything. Look. You see that? Do you see that? No, it's the ring for me. It's a ring of death. It does not look good. I put it on, I was like, okay. And I just kind of moved it around and just feeling like I need to work it in or like, you know what I mean? Like kind of just settle it into my lips. It started looking weird. it started looking weird. It's like settles in the lines a little bit. So don't get Sugar Baby. I don't know, maybe if you have like, honestly, like, you know, plumped up lips, like I don't have any filler or anything. So maybe if I had like smoother lips or something, it would work better, but I think it says enough. And I'm just having similar issues with the Foxy color as well. Like I don't love the feel. Like the feel is fine, but it just feels like I know that's what's happening. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like the pigment's playing weird, and I feel like it's the same issue I'm having with that Hourglass balm. It's like kind of a medium pigmentation, so it's not full, but it's also not like sheer. And so it's just this in between that I just don't know if I'm the fan of. So maybe it's just me. Let me know if you're making these work. Let me know if you like them, but I cannot suggest them. And that was part of the reason I wanted to do this video too, because I know those are new, but I don't know about those guys. I don't know about just in general. Like, I know we're over the lip oils, but I'm like, honestly, if the lip oils are what looks good, then, you know, give me more lip oils. Last year, I did get some of the Milk makeup lip oils that came out. I feel like Milk is out here really trying. They're like riding the wave of those jelly blushes. They're like, we can't let that die. We need this. And so I have two of the lip oils here. This one is in Cookie Dough, which is like, you know, it looks like this color, but overall it's pretty much sheer. I like the doe foot on them. I've worn this one once and I like it. I mean, it adds a nice shine for sure. I'm gonna put on today Pink Magic. You know the one, the pink gloss. This is gonna have probably the slightest tint. Like it's gonna be barely visible, but just enough of a difference. Oh, this one's like watermelon. I didn't really notice a smell that I liked on the other one, but this one has a watermelon smell for sure, like a Jolly Rancher. But it doesn't taste sweet necessarily. I think these are solid, okay? I think this is a solid lip oil. It's $26, which feels expensive. Again, stay tuned if you're excited for some awesome lip products coming up. But I do feel like if this is like on your list, you're like, no, I want those. It feels nice. It's like not too thin and greasy, but also, you know, it does feel like a lip oil. It doesn't feel like a gloss to me. It has nice shine. I don't know if this is necessarily the most moisturizing overall. Like I've worn this one like for hours and it felt nice again on my lips. I enjoyed it, but I don't know if you had like chapped lips, if this is what you'd want to go for. I really feel like this would be best on like already nice lips, just keeping them nice to me anyway. But I don't hate them. I feel like they're cute. You might have this already though, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't feel like they're necessarily the most special, but I could also see someone being like, oh, I use these all the time. The lip oil from Sephora that's really caught my heart are those Too Faced Kissing Jelly lip oils. I really like the texture of those. They're a little more plushy, I feel like, with just as much shine, and I feel like they have some fun colors, some fun flavors, so I think I prefer those ones, but these aren't bad. These definitely aren't bad. Well, I think that does it for a lot of the new stuff I have that I wanted to get some thoughts to, especially for the products I didn't really love, like the Hue Drops, the mascara, the lip products, even the Dior Star Filter. I just felt like I wanted to give some thoughts, at least where they were at. I know it's not like official reviews, and I really love doing that, but it just takes a lot of time to really get all those thoughts and feel super solid. So I hope at least some of this is helpful for you if these were some items on your list or things you were looking out for. I would love to know what you guys think about these products. Let us know if you've been trying them, what you think, because it's just great to get different opinions. Products definitely work different for different people. And other than that, I'm going to leave it here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.